The Smiths is easily one of my favorite bands of all time, so today I want to take a second to dissect one of their most popular songs, How Soon Is Now. Now, How Soon Is Now follows a very common theme when it comes to the Smiths, and that theme would be shyness, introversion, just a general inability to connect with other people in spite of your deep desire and longing to feel connection with others. Part of the chorus of the song is the lyrics, I am human and I need to be loved just like everybody else does. So this is Morrissey singing that one great desire that we all have as humans is to be loved, to feel connection, to feel belonging in a space of other people. We all want to find a place where we fit in, and we want to feel like we fit in, feel like we belong there, that we're accepted into the fold. Or maybe he's referring to romantic love. I think that's a common theme of the Smith songs as well, is wanting romance but not knowing what steps to take to get there. Being someone who's been so isolated and introverted for so many years that you've kind of missed out on the crucial learning process that it takes to become well versed in romance, to become fluent in romantic back and forth. And I think the inability to connect with other people, despite of our desire to connect with other people, is very well demonstrated in the line later in the song. There's a club if you'd like to go. You can meet somebody who really loves you. So you go and you stand on your own, and you leave on your own, and you go home and you cry and you want to die. That segment is such a powerful visual for the song because it shows a man who, in his free time, when he's alone, when he's isolated, when he has all this time to think and to reflect, he finds himself consistently yearning for love, for connection, for bonding with other people. He wants this in theory, and he thinks this would be a cool thing to have, but practically speaking, he's very ill-equipped to earn it, to go out and make it for himself. In the song is about a man who wants connection, but doesn't fully understand that you need to earn connection, that love is something you earn and you fight for, and you put in effort to create with someone else. I think the Smiths, often the music is reflective of a man who was neglected as a kid, and his emotional needs were not met by his parents, and so he projects that need onto the rest of the world. And that's no doubt why the Smiths resonate so strongly with me, and why it resonates so strongly with so many people, is because many people have that similar experience of needing connection and never having received it, never having been seen or validated by their parents. And so that emotional need never goes away. You just learn to project it onto the rest of the world and to look for what you never got from other people. And I think that's really what's at the core of the line, like, I'm human and I need to be loved just like everybody else does. The deep human need to be loved was not fulfilled when he was a child, and so now he grows up feeling resentful and bitter that he hasn't received what he thinks he is owed. And he's not wrong to think that he's owed love, because every child is owed love and attention from their parents. But the problem is taking the mentality of resentment and bitterness for not having received that love and projecting it onto the rest of the world. People who don't know you, people who haven't harmed you, who haven't neglected you. This song is about a man who expects the rest of the world to love him unconditionally the way his parents were supposed to love him unconditionally. And so naturally, he finds he fails socially, romantically in the world, because this tactic is not going to work on other people, because other people other than your parents don't owe you unconditional love. They don't owe you anything. Your parents uniquely owe you these things because they created you. They are your mother and your father. They are the people who brought you into the world. And so naturally, they owe you everything. They owe you love, attention, teaching, moral instruction, just a good, healthy childhood. Your parents owe you all these things. But when we don't get these things, we project it onto the rest of the world, and we expect other people to be substitutes for our parents. We expect them to make up for the difference, but that's not cool. It's not right, and no one's going to respond positively to that because they're having a debt thrust onto them, a debt which they don't deserve to pay off, that they shouldn't have to pay off. And to be someone who goes out and just expects to get, to receive from other people without being willing to give, that's a very selfish person, and it's a very immature person, and it's surely someone who's, like I said, very stuck in the old childhood dynamics of expecting unconditional, unearned love from their parents. And again, no one owes you that except for your parents. And this song is about a man who goes out into the world expecting to get this from other people, and it fails. Like I just read with the club section, there's a club if you'd like to go. You can meet somebody who really loves you. So you go and you stand on your own, and you leave on your own. So there's a visual here of a man who goes out and puts himself in a position to meet other people, but is lacking in the effort department. He doesn't put in the effort. He doesn't try to connect with people. He doesn't try to reach out to others. He expects other people to come give him attention, which again is the old childhood expectation of free, bottomless attention from other people. And this is what you wanted from your parents, but you put this on other people. And the problem is, the only people who will ever do this for you are your parents. And if your parents don't do it for you, the sad reality is that no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to give you the bottomless, unreciprocated attention because no one wants that kind of relationship. That's weird. Peer to peer, you're supposed to give and get. You trade attention. You trade prominence in the conversation. You talk, you have a back and forth. There is a mutuality there. Nothing is supposed to be mutual or has to be mutual about a father and son or mother and son or parents and children. The parents give everything to the child. That's how it should be, but it's often not that way. And I think to get back to the lyrics of the song here, so the chorus is, I am human and I need to be loved just like everybody else does. But before this part, there's a first half of the chorus where he says, you shut your mouth. How can you say I go about things the wrong way? And this is the speaker presumably responding to someone in his life who's trying to give him advice on how to socialize, trying to tell him maybe if you were a little more outgoing, maybe if you tried to be more engaged with people or to offer them something socially, maybe you ask more questions, show more interest in their life, maybe they would reciprocate and that would become a connection. I think there's someone in his life who's trying to give him this practical advice, but he's not having it because that's not the framework he's working out of. He wants the bottomless, unearned attention from other people as a replacement for what his parents never gave him. So he responds negatively to the honestly good practical advice. He responds negatively to this, saying, you shut your mouth. How can you say I go about things the wrong way? He's someone who wants love and connection, but is painfully unwilling to put in the work and the effort that it takes to make connections, to earn love. He doesn't understand the mutuality of relationships. He just simply wants what was never given to him by his parents, maybe his mother specifically. I think with the Smiths, it's a theme that Morrissey sings of his mother quite a bit. So there's a son who's missing the maternal love. That's an element of the song for sure, and of the band in general. In any case, I think this song is a great representation of how greedy and selfish we can be when we've been raised by greedy and selfish people. Because of course, somebody like this didn't get attention growing up. Their parents didn't give them what they needed in order to grow into a confident adult. And so when you're raised in the unideal environment, you grow up bitter and resentful, and you don't go into life with the proper mentality. You don't have the right strategies. You go into life expecting to be given what you never got as a kid. But if you go into life with this mentality, you're bound to fail because healthy, reasonable adults don't want to engage with someone who can't grow past the debts of their childhood. And so that's the song How Soon Is Now by the Smiths. Hopefully this was interesting. Hopefully fans of the Smiths got some valuable insight from this. If you enjoyed this video, you can go to patreon.com/Orion Trips to get early access to new videos. And I guess that'll be it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate everyone who sees these videos and stays until the end. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Take care.